tell you about my proudest achievement in the legislature. My proudest achievement in life, I've got 2 children, and I'm incredibly lucky to have a wonderful family life, and I don't know if that's relevant to anyone in choosing a governor, but probably at the end of the day, that's where my proudest achievements lie. But my proudest professional achievement is about a bill that a lot of people haven't heard of. It's a bill to create a retirement savings program for millions of workers in Illinois. And here's the story. There are 2.5 million people in Illinois who go to work every day without any retirement plan. No pension, no 401k, nothing. People in this situation are reliant almost entirely on Social Security, which is just not enough. It's just not enough. And partially because of this, we have a massive looming retirement crisis in this country, in the state, and in the whole country. In fact, the retirement savings gap, which is to say how much we have not put aside that we would need to have put aside in order to have dignified retirements, is between $6 and $14 trillion in this country. It is a massive, massive, terrifying freight train of a human crisis coming right down the tracks at us. And for almost a decade, there had been an idea kicking around to create an automatic enrollment retirement savings plan, which says that if you work for one of these companies that does not have any plan, you're automatically enrolled into a plan. You can opt out if you don't want to do it, but by default you're in, and all the money of all the millions of people who do it is pooled together, and the state then uses their buying power to bid down the cost so people aren't being screwed over by Wall Street. It's a simple idea. Candidly, it doesn't go far enough, but it's an important idea to give people an opportunity to have a shot at a dignified retirement. Both Obama and McCain ran on this in 2008, but then Obama got elected, so all of a sudden the Republicans decided it was Marxist, and it didn't go anywhere. It's true though, it's ridiculous. So they didn't go anywhere in Congress, and then state legislators tried to take it up, and every single state where someone tried to pass it, the life insurance industry, which wanted to stop the bill because they wanted to make sure they could keep on charging high fees to individuals who didn't know any better, the life insurance industry killed it. And I said, enough. I'm not taking no for an answer. And so I just put in the bill in the beginning of 2013, and I got slapped down, something fierce. We had a committee hearing but no vote, and all the lobbyists came and squashed the bill, and then I decided, all right, now we're going to really make a go of this. And so from late in 2013, I just started traveling the state and meeting with legislators and building out coalitions and working with advocates and having meetings in church basements to build public support and meeting with editorial boards. And by April of 2014, we passed the bill out of the Senate with no votes to spare. We had about 6 weeks, I think, maybe 7 weeks before the House was going to adjourn, and we couldn't find the votes. And so then the summer of 2014, I drove around the state and I begged and I pleaded and I helped people understand that I'm not going to stop visiting you until you just agree to vote for the damn bill. And Hannigan didn't want to pass it either, shockingly, but I was able to push him and show him why it was probably in his best interest to just pass it. And finally, in November, after the 2014 election, the bill passed, and it was one of the last bills that Governor Quinn signed into law in January of 2015. And then, because we went first, a domino had fallen, and then California passed it, Oregon, Vermont, Maryland, Connecticut. There's now a national movement of states moving forward to actually pass a law to create some chance at a dignified retirement for many, many millions of workers who otherwise would have no opportunity. And like I said, this doesn't go far enough. We're going to have to do better. It's going to have to be expanded over time. There's more work to be done. But it's a real step to lift people up and create this fundamental aspect of a middle-class life, which is to say a secure retirement for people who would not have otherwise had the chance. And most people in the country who tried to pass this knew it was the right thing, but kind of gave up when the Wall Street lobby and the life insurance industry came after them, and I was not willing to bend. And so what is my passion? Let's be real for a second. Our economy's really screwed up. It's really screwed up. Middle class is shrinking, economic inequality is growing, more people are poor, a tiny number of people have more and more and more of the wealth. less of the economy is in wages than ever before, and more of the economy is in corporate profits, and more of the economy is in the financial sector, while the rest of us find it harder and harder and harder to get by. And this transformation in our economy is hurting people across the state and across the country and across the world. And this one retirement program doesn't fix it all, but this retirement program was a response to a brokenness in our economy, trying to find a way to fix something fundamental that was not working for ordinary people. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about understanding, A, the depth of the brokenness, but B, the extent of the opportunity, what we can do to create a new economy with a once again growing and thriving middle class if we are willing to throw the handbook out the window, throw the assumptions out the window, and be bold and different and innovative and creative, and not accept the answers given to us by the status quo about what is supposed to be politically impossible. And as you contemplate who to be for in this election for governor in March of 2018, I would ask you to think about that. I would ask you to think about whether you agree with me about the extent to which we need fundamental reform if we want to have an economy that works for everyone. And then I would ask you which of these candidates you think is best positioned to do that. Who, based on their life, their experience, their values, their vision, and their record, is going to actually challenge those status quos, and in the face of a lot of special interests and kind of elite opinion to the contrary, actually do those difficult things. I think you have one option in this race, and that's why this race seems so important. This is a fight for the soul of the Democratic Party. I would love to have your help.